Hi, dear children. Greetings from Soji sir. Before starting our classes, before starting studying, I would like to inform you some important things that we should keep in our mind till we complete this lockdown period or till we start our regular classes in the school. The first thing is this is the most important period in your life that no other children who studied in 10th standard got, and that is, so the complete days, the complete hours in a day can be utilized by you for developing a new system and for discovering a new method of studies and to utilize your complete ability and intellect. That is the most important thing. In the school that we teach and you listen to us, you ask doubts, you study. The teacher becomes important there. But now at present, the teacher is not important. You are important in this particular system of study. So the first thing that you should remember in your life in this lockdown period is to create or to develop a self-confidence and to rely upon yourself. So you are able and everyone is able. That is the most important thing. And second thing is, I have been saying to you in the ninth standard, so be confident enough. You are able, and that is why you have come to 10th standard, or that is why you passed from ninth standard to 10th standard, and that is the first thing. So second thing is, so I uploaded in our portal of the school Mount Carmel in the app, and that is to write the summary and to write the short notes of all the subjects that I teach, especially history, civics, and geography. The second thing is make a concept map. So these two things, or we call it as a three things. First one is summary, second one is short notes, and third one is concept map. So when you do it, or when you read the textbook to write the summary first, so you have to understand. And if you do not understand, you are free to call me at any time on any day. So I will be clearing your doubt, every doubt concerning the subject that I take in 10th standard, that is history, civics, and geography, economics. Coming to English, we divide English into two parts. First one is the lessons, which we study as prose, poems, stories, dramas, reviews, etc. in the form of the lessons. And second part is grammar, and that we have already started in 9th standard. So we almost completed the portion of tense, including the parts of speech called verb and the divisions of the verb, that is primary, auxiliary, and the main verbs. So then I have told you primary auxiliary is the most important or the heart of English language. So primary auxiliary or the three auxiliaries and their different forms. So take practice and read the notes that I have given in the class, and do practice every day taking all the personal pronouns and writing in every sentence, in every tense, and in every divisions. So we have already seen. So now I think we completed that in 9th standard till present tense and past tense of all the four divisions, that is simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So after that I gave more importance, or I was stressing on writing a particular structure, and the structure is already given to you. I told you to write, before you write every example, write the structure first, and the structure should be written in detail, so that may be remembered and that may be understood very clearly and that can be kept in your memory for a longer time. Or so there will not be any kinds of rooms for any doubts, and that is the main reason why asked you to write the structure of each tense, because structure is different for every sentence in English and for every division of English and every grammar of English, and that is the most important thing. So let it be there. So now we shall move to the third division of the tense, and that is the future tense. That also roughly we have studied in the class, but you just remember the future tense. So future tense, will, the use of will and shall we have already talked in the class. We have already talked in the class and we have already studied. So where with which person we have to use will and with which person we have to use shall. So usually shall is used only with the first person singular to show the simple future, and in all other tenses, in all other personal pronouns, that is first person plural, second person singular and plural, third person singular and plural, in both gender, feminine and masculine as well as neuter. So in all these genders we use only will, and that is when I use shall with I, that becomes only a simple future, and when we use with all other personal pronouns will, that becomes simple future. But when I use the time I use the auxiliary verb, the modal auxiliary will with I, and that becomes a determination. So that is not simple future, that becomes a determination. But when I use shall with all other personal pronouns, it is not simple future, but it becomes a command and it becomes an order, or in other ways we can say it becomes an obligation. And that is why we never use in simple future will with I and shall with all other personal pronouns. So this is you have to keep always in your mind with the future tense, the use of shall and will. So now come to the first tense, that is simple future. And simple future is the first one. So the structure of the simple future is, first comes subject, then comes the auxiliary verb shall, then comes the base form of the main verb, then comes the object. So that we say, so for example, if I say I shall play football, that becomes a simple future. I shall write a poem, that becomes a simple future. The third example is I shall watch a picture today, or I shall study English today. So that becomes simple future. So then comes the second tense, second division of future tense, and that is, or we can call it as a second aspect of the future tense, and that is the future continuous tense. And that is the structure of the future continuous tense: subject plus the auxiliary verb shall plus the base form of the primary auxiliary be, that is be, plus the present participle form of the main verb, and that we call in other states in our colloquial language as ing form. With we use the present participle form is used, or we prepare the present participle form of any verb by adding a suffix ing at the end of the verb, and that we get a present participle, and after the present participle it comes the object. So the example for the present part, the future continuous tense: I shall be writing a poem. So that is the future continuous tense. Or second one, I shall be playing football. I shall be watching a movie. I shall be singing a song. I shall be acting in a drama. So all this becomes the future continuous tense. The third aspect of the future tense, and that is the future perfect tense. So the structure for the future perfect tense is subject plus auxiliary verb shall or will plus the base form of the primary auxiliary have plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. So we shall see the example, then we will come to know. So the example is, I shall have completed my homework. I shall have sung a song. I shall have played football. I shall have watched a movie. So all these examples are the examples for the future perfect tense. The next one is the fourth aspect of the future tense is future perfect continuous tense. So the structure of the future perfect continuous tense is subject plus the auxiliary verb shall or will plus the base form of the primary auxiliary have plus the past participle form of the primary auxiliary be, that is been, plus the present participle form of the main verb plus object. This is the structure of the future perfect continuous tense. And the example with the first person singular, I shall have been playing football, or I shall have been writing a poem. I shall have been watching a movie. So these are the examples of the future perfect continuous tense. So now, what you have to do in this lockdown period from today onwards? So in all the persons, singular and plural, so we have to take a verb, and first we have to complete in all the tenses from simple present tense to present the future perfect continuous tense, taking a simple verb. And we have already decided and we have already practicing a notebook whereby we were writing the main verbs with all three forms: present form, past form and past participle form. And from that notebook, take any one verb and practice. Start with the simple present tense in all the persons, and there will be minimum 7 sentences. For example, now first person I, singular I, plural we. Second person singular and plural you. Third person singular he, she, it, and third person plural they. So in these 7 personal pronouns making the subject, so write in simple present tense first, then second again 7 sentences in present continuous tense, and again in 7 sentences present perfect tense, then present perfect continuous. Then come to the second, that is the second tense, that is past tense, simple past tense, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. And third tense, future tense, that is simple future, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. In all the tenses, with all the personal pronouns are subject with 1 or 2 verbs. Take practice this continuously, minimum for 1 day, taking 1 verb, and take this practice for every day, because tense is the base of everything. Please remember, the tense is the base of every grammar in English language. So after tomorrow we will be studying the new topic in English grammar, and that is active and passive voice. So now what we do with this object and what we do with these tenses, and all these tenses are in a active voice. So tomorrow we will see a new topic in grammar, and that is the passive voice with active voice. First we will write active voice, then we will study passive voice. So now whatever I have told in this class, so I will be writing on a paper and I will show you and I will send you in the portal. So please you check your portal and take the link. So always watch and always study, utilize the complete time. So now, one more thing I have to, before closing this session, I would like to inform you one more thing, and that is the Top Scorer app. So though it is 500 rupees, but it is a very good app. So I have seen almost all the videos in English, in history, in geography, and I felt during this lockdown period you will benefit more from that while you watch. It is a maximum of 5 to 7 minutes videos. So now today I have prepared a video of 50 minutes because it is little lengthy, and that is little too much because of this particular introduction. So tomorrow onwards I will try to make a video of maximum 5 to 7 minutes, so that you can very easily go through and we can very easily study. If you have any doubt about this one, what I talked today, what we have today, please contact me, and I will give you my phone number, and that is 7030150797. So this is my WhatsApp number also, so you can save it, and if you have any doubt or any queries, please contact me at any time, at any day. Good day. God bless you.